Hello my friends, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. In yesterday's video, we did make our way to Orzammar to start the Blight quest called A Paragon of Her Kind. And today we're just going to continue exploring Orzammar, because it's a really big place. I read in one of the codex entries that there's several tiers of Orzammar, and there's a caste city, or there's castes, meaning like they like the merchant caste, I think the upper class caste, like the nobles. So yeah, anyway, I'm babbling badly. But let's talk to Garen first.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's Luxury Goods Shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
Are you all right?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
I don't understand. What happened to you?
Well, it's the lyrium, you know. Raw blood of the earth. It's more alive than you and me. Most of the time, that's no problem. When it's all bundled up in a piece of steel, it'll leave you alone. But handling the ore directly, sometimes you get burned. It's not just your skin it takes off. It'll burn directly into your mind.
Aren't dwarves immune to the lyrium's effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
So, working with lyrium made you crazy?
Not crazy, just a little forgetful. Don't worry, I'm fine when I work. Just look at my wares. I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold fire, ice, anything you want to put in it.
Okay, let me see your goods, I guess.
Right, best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
Okay, well, that guy was quite odd. He did have some good stuff. I was able to get a talent point book, and I've maxed out my Templar talents, the Holy Smite. I'm very interested to try that. It's supposed to like be an AoE stun or knockback and do damage, so we'll see. But let's talk to this girl, Dagna?
You look like you're not from around here.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
The Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
Why wouldn't they accept you for study?
No dwarf has ever studied at the Circle of Magi. I guess you never read First Enchanter Caitlin's treatise concerning dwarfs and the non-heritability of magic. He tested dwarfs from 20 bloodlines and found they couldn't perform any level of spell casting, regardless of lyrium exposure or time on the surface. The Circle speculates that lyrium in the stone shields us from spiritual influences, and over time made us immune to them.
So, why do you want to go to... So, what do you want with the Circle then if you can't do magic?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
I mean, I guess I can bring the Circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smith Caste. Tell them I've already begun reading the Taventer Imperium's Verticum Cadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Apparently wouldn't like that. And she has gained a massive bonus to willpower for herself, which is great because she needs lots of mana to cast more spells. So a new quest, an unlikely scholar. You met a young dwarven woman named Dagna, whose biggest wish is to study magic at the Circle of Magi. Even though dwarves are incapable of doing magic, she wants to study its theory. You agreed to go to the circle to ask them if Dagna can study there. I mean, she seems really excited about it. So...
It seems darker this way. Perhaps this is how one leaves the dwarven city.
Well, it did say off to one side there was in one of the in one of the codex entries, it said that, it basically told me the layout. So there's an entrance to the deep roads, and I wonder if this is it. The Shaper's Life on Shapers. And there was also a quest codex entry, but the quest hasn't triggered yet, so I'm not going to read them until they trigger. Hello, Mines Commander.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans?
Oh,
I'm
ha
sorry,
ha.
but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Why do you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they're on the surface. Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except to...
Except during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
Are Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Deep stalkers.
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
They sound like velociraptors. Are there no other dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
What's the Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Okay, will you let me pass now?
Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesha's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps.
Okay.
Aye, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Well, I am a Grey Warden, and there's a bunch of Darkspawn down there, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to come back at some point. Okay. So I think we've talked to everybody on this section. Oh, a signpost. I didn't see that. Diamond quarter right, proving ground straight ahead. Well, I did see the door right here is the diamond quarter, but I don't want to go up there yet. I want to finish exploring down here. Well, there's Dagna. And that's probably her father's shop. We'll go in there later. Who is
Ancestors, guard my son, for he is lost in darkness. Mothers, keep him safe, for you know what it is to mourn.
Filda?
I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Who are you?
My name is Filda, widow of Turok of the Smith Caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
Safe return. Is your son missing?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
And it's been 5 years. Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by Darkspawn that way.
That makes somewhat sense. There are Darkspawn in the Deep Roads. Obviously, Edward. Well, we shouldn't abandon him. I can look for him if you want. I mean, I guess.
How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
Well, I'm a Grey Warden, and that's what we do.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good Widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Don't get your hopes up. We could search the Deep Roads for decades with no sight of the boy.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
I mean, no offense, Wynn, I do tend to agree with Zevron. We could be there for ages, but we can at least try for a minute. Okay, a mother's hope. You met a woman named Filda in the Orzammar Commons who was praying for her son, Ruck, a smith who was lost on a deep road expedition 5 years ago. Filda does not know if Ruck is alive, dead, or worse. You have agreed to look for signs of Ruck in the deep roads. I mean, he could be anywhere. And these are the deep roads were roads between all the dwarven cities that had been lost to the Darkspawn, I guess, Legnar.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Your allegiance to this Balon is clear. Why is that?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Well, some say Balin killed his father.
Just as many say Harrowmont.
Really?
Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
Trade is good. Do you approve of this chaos?
Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change.
A blight is coming, so Orzammar really can't afford to be divided.
Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to you.
Okay. Not if all the Darkspawn kill us. Will kill all of us. But let me see what you have in your store.
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Okay, well, Legnar had a skill book for me. It just gave me 1 attribute point. Not super exciting for all that money. That's okay. And then a bunch more gifts that I swear my bag is half gifts. Orzammar Guard wall carving. The Caste, an explanation of the Dwarven caste system. No, look, another nug. No, no, no. Pick up the nug. Okay. Brother Burkle.
Maker's blessing on you, brother.
I didn't think the dwarfs believed in the Maker.
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Don't dwarves usually worship their ancestors or something?
There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. Yet the dwarves of Orzammar persist in worshipping their own forefathers.
Well, I mean, it is their choice. But I guess it doesn't hurt to help him open a chantry, does it? I mean, Edward's a chantry folk kind of guy. Well, I mean, he believes in the chantry. That's where I was going with that. Whose permission do you need to open a chantry?
The Shaperit controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
What? Who? The Shaper of Memories?
The Shaper of Memories controls the Shaperit, Orzammar's record system. Like the Chantry's historians, but more thorough. They track the births and lineage of every dwarf born in the city, every property sale, death in battle, marriage, or divorce.
Any idea where I can find this Shaper?
The Shaperette is in the prime tier of the city, near the royal estate. Does this mean you will help me then?
I mean, it doesn't hurt. I'll take the quest and I'll contemplate it.
I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
I mean, I don't want to.
Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
I don't want to interfere with people's culture, but I think Edward would want. I think if it was me, I don't know if I'd want to get involved, but I think Edward would probably do so. Maybe, but it's a fine line that Edward would want to help this man because he believes in the chantry, etc. But he also doesn't want to make people so mad that they don't help him against a blight. So we'll see where this goes. Anyway, the Chant in the Deep's quest. Brother Burkle would like to establish a chantry in Orzammar to spread the chant of light to the dwarves. However, he needs the permission from the Shaper to do so. You told Brother Burkle that you would speak to the Shaper of Memories on his behalf. The Shaper can be found in the Noble Quarter.
Ancestors smile on you.
Hello. Oh, well...
Is that drunken singing I hear?
I guess it's, there's a tavern right here, so let's go in the tavern. Or, yes, let's go in Tapster's Tavern. Tavern's always fun. Let's save.
A brawl would be a pleasant diversion right about now.
Okay. How about we talk to Cora?
Atrust Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapster's. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
Can you tell me a bit about the city?
So you come to Tapster's? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Is there any place I should see while I'm here?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the casteless build their nest. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
And what is the Proving?
It's a chance for all the best fighters in Orzammar to test their skills. There's a tournament today. Arenas between here and the Diamond Quarter.
I'll take a drink.
With 52 types of ale, 17 types of mead, and a dozen imported wines, we should be able to serve your needs. What do you have?
I don't know. I'll have some ale.
I recommend a Brachian brew. She has a heavy head and a deep, rich taste. 3 silvers gives you a pint.
Okay, sold. I'll have a pint.
A Brachian brew never fails to hit the spot. I hear you spoke to Lord Heremont. He's a good man. Puts Orzammar's needs above his own. Well, I have other customers to see too. If you need anything else, just call me over.
I haven't actually... Oh, it's only 2 copper? Sweet. I haven't actually talked to Heremont, but, okay.
I'll miss old King Endrin. He was a good man.
Patron.
There's an ale out there with my name on it.
We've a bit of stew on the fire.
Okay, how about... Ooh, I've heard of dwarves who get in fights about every time they drink. Okay, I'm gonna ignore you.
Afternoon, stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew?
Well, who are you? You looking for a fist to share your face?
Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself?
Why would I want to pick a fight with this guy? I'm Edward, a Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the Deep Roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dunka... something like that.
You knew... Oh, I remember. It's Balin's guy who you could talk to would either be in the tavern or somewhere else, and I guess this is him. Anyway, side note over. So, you knew Duncan?
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the Deep Roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
Who's your unit fighting right now?
Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live.
Do you work for... Well, I've never been in the Deep Roads.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
Really? What are you... Well, I'm gonna ask all these. Who else is in the Deep Roads?
Lord Harriman's got his own men there, all looking for signs of Bronca. Guess the city's getting to miss having a paragon. Everyone wants someone to put in charge.
Who's Bronca?
Bronca was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the Deep Roads more than 2 years ago. No chance she could have survived. And a lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This brew is starting to taste awful bitter.
No, I want to talk some more.
The Deep Roads aren't for the faint of heart.
Maybe this wasn't Balin's guy.
Told him I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me.
Lord Helmy. Okay, hang on. No. Bartek Gavorn. Well, let's talk to Lord Helmy.
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
I mean... Technically there aren't castes, but there's lords and ladies and other things. Things are hardly equal on the surface.
But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
How does the caste system work anyway?
Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
So, you get to vote on the next king? I feel like that question has nothing to do with what he just talked about.
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
Well, who are you planning on voting for?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harriman seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
Okay.
As you wish.
I'm gonna go. Oops, wrong button. I feel like that. I feel like that was a very awkward conversation, but.
They're everywhere. I can't take it.
But it's an interesting concept, the caste system. It's not like it's something new that's happened in our history before, but well, not. Anyway.
What? Get away. You'll change like the rest. Monsters hidden in all my friends.
What are you talking about?
They follow you. Once you are in the story, they possess your friends and follow. See? I found copies. All from the same pen and older than the ones in song. Dormant my arse. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
What was that? Unbound. Look at that. Tapster's patron, Tapster's waitress.
The deep roads aren't for the faint of heart.
No, they're not. But, well, that was interesting, I guess. I feel like some of these conversations are very disconnected. Like, the person we're talking to is about one thing and our questions are something different, and doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let's go into Jannar Armorers. Ooh, wall carving.
Let's get started.
Life in Orzammar, on the culture of the dwarves of Orzammar. Hello, Jannar.
Welcome to Jannar Family
Jannar.
Armors. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail. At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
You know anything about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harrimont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
Yeah. I think his ass, he's like, just let me do my work and leave me alone. Are you part of the Smith caste?
Aye, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fall and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself.
I'm not. I'm really not. Wasn't the Paragon Branca a smith?
That she was. The best to walk these tunnels since Caradon himself. Threw it away, chasing old dreams, though.
Who's Caradon?
The best smith who ever lived, bar none. He gave us the secret of forging golems that could walk, talk, and defend our borders. When we had them, no dwarf had to risk himself against the Darkspawn. It was a golden age for the Smith caste. His work was lost centuries ago when his tide fell to the Darkspawn. No one even knows where it is anymore.
What did you mean when you said Branca threw it all away?
Didn't last 6 months as a noble before she set into the deep roads looking for ancient secrets. Now she's dead in the tunnels. All that brilliance, wasted.
Do you have a daughter named Dagna?
Aye. Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
I'd like to help her study with the mages, I guess.
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
I don't know about that. Seems a little harsh. That was an abrupt change. Well, let's go down here to Well... Oh, do I do Dust Town now? Let's actually go up and do some of these quests. Up into the Diamond District. Okay, well, we zoned into the Diamond District, and I just realized that we're actually at time for today. So, tomorrow I will plan on exploring the Diamond District, the Diamond Quarter, and also maybe working on a couple of these quests that are here where I have to just talk to people. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Dragon Age Origins video.